Hello everybody, welcome to the very first video of this new Scripteria channel. It's time to talk about Winter CMS. This simple fact that you're watching this video tells me that you probably have heard of Winter CMS before, and it also tells me that you do have some sort of developing skills already. But why is it worth to spend some time on it in the first place? Well, the answer to it is on the website here. On the right hand side you can see the wintercms.com website, and here you find the claim "enjoy development again", and there is actually some truth in it. Last 20 years, maybe even longer, I literally tried dozens of CMS systems, but so far none of them really felt right, at least not right for my requirements at the time. So what happened? I ended up writing custom content solutions, reinventing the wheel again and again. And that's a stupid thing to do. I think we all would agree on that. In the same period, a blogging tool called WordPress, you may have heard of it, gained more and more market share, and it was misused to serve as a solution to almost any problem on this planet. I never understood why, and at some point I started to hate WordPress with a passion. Things changed for me when I found a content management system called October CMS. And this one was actually different, and I found that there was a point using it. You have probably heard of October CMS too, and when you have heard of October CMS, you probably have heard that it has closed its source code recently and has moved over to the commercial side of things, and this is a no-go for many users, and it is definitely a no-go for myself. And in this respect we are lucky that there is now Winter CMS, which is a fork, and it's driven by a strong community. So when you have this choice, many years experience have told me in a situation like this, open source always beats closed source in the long run. At least it has in the past. Stop talking, let's start doing things. And the first step with any application is, of course, the installation. So let's install Winter CMS. Doing so, we do have two options. I click here on this Winter CMS documentation, and it leads me straight away to the installation, and I find there is a web-based installation. It's working fine, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it, but the more comfortable way, I think, is the command line installation, and that's what we try to do right now. Let's go back. All we need today is a browser window on the right hand side and my terminal on the left hand side, and this actually leaves some space here so we can watch the cows on my wallpaper here too. But I want to install Winter CMS. So first of all, I go to my demo_winter CMS folder. It doesn't exist, so let's create it. Make the demo_winter CMS, cd into it, and as you can see, it's an empty folder. And then I want to have a look at my system requirements. First of all, we need Composer. I have installed it here. Composer version As you can see, I'm running version 2.13, which is pretty recent, I think. I want to have a PHP version 2. You can see I'm running PHP 8.0, and we need a database too, and I'm running MySQL on this local machine. So MySQL version gives me this, and this all is pretty okay for Winter CMS. Clear this up and start with the Composer install. The command to do so is Composer create project and then Winter CMS /winter, and I want to have it in the current folder, so I add what do you call it? .knowledge. I don't know how this is called in English, sorry, but you know what I mean. And we try if I done it right. Yes, it's starting the installation. I've done it before, it won't take long. I'm not stopping the video for it right now. It's already finished. I clear it up. Have a look. Yes, we do have files here. We have a Winter CMS project, but we don't have a database yet. So we need to create a MySQL database. You can use any tool for it. I'm using the command line here. And I have the MySQL command prompt and create database. We call it demo Winter CMS. Query occur. We have an empty database that we can now use. So the next step is we actually need to run the installation wizard from the command line. PHP artisan winter :install should do the trick. Yes, it's starting the wizard. My database is, as we know, MySQL. The host is fine. The port is fine too. The database name was demo _ Winter CMS. I'm using the root as login, and the password on my local machine is empty. I take the risk. Now, which admin user do we want? First name admin is fine. Person is fine. The example.com mail is fine. The admin as a login is fine. And I want to set the password to be secret. Yes, the information is correct. This is okay. Would you like to change the backend option? Yes, I would. Reason why I'm doing it, I want to change the backend URL because it's not a good idea to leave it as backend, because that can easily be guessed by hackers, and we don't want to make it this easy, do we? So I call it my backend for demonstration. What language do we prefer? Let's use some sort of English. I sit in the middle of Europe, so the time zone 5, and the time zone I'm using is 9. And at this point I don't want to configure advanced options. So now it's doing the installation. This is great. And the last thing we need to do is to make it running on our local machine. I want to start the web server. Demo Winter CMS. And I'm using a different terminal tab because I want to leave it open. PHP artisan serve. This is the command for the Laravel built-in web server, and it's serving on default on the port 8000. And let's start it. Good, great. The local web server is up and running. Let's have a look if we can access the site. Localhost 8000, yes. This is the demo page that Winter CMS ships with. A demo theme, a demo plugin, and a demo homepage. And we want to have a look at the backend as well. So, what did we pick? We did pick my backend. Let's do it. Yes, I get a login screen. The login was admin. And as we remember, the password was secret. Right, it works. Great. We are in the backend. And there is one more thing I wanted to show you today, and this is how to install a plugin. And to do so, I want to install the Winter Test plugin. And to install this test plugin, I have to do composer require winter / winter test plugin. That should do the trick. But you may wonder, where do I have this from? Where did I get this information? Well, there's a website, packages.org. Here you can see packages.org. And when you query for winter, it gives you a long list of winter related packages, and the first one is the Winter CMS package as that we just installed, and then there come a lot of plugins and themes and whatever, and this is the Winter Test plugin, and here it tells me what to do to install it. So pretty simple. Let's do it. Yes, it's working. Composer is doing its job. And now we have our, let's go to plugins. CD Winter. So now you can see we have two plugins. One is the demo plugin, and the second one is the Winter Test plugin, both in the Winter namespace. Demo and test. Demo comes with as a default with an installation, and the test one is the one we just installed. Go back, go back. Here we are in the project root again, and now we need to migrate the database of the test plugin. PHP artisan winter up does the trick whenever you want to run the latest database migration. Whenever you installed a new plugin, for example, this is the command that does the job for you, and we do it. And here we can see winter test. It's done something in the background, and we have a look here and refresh our page, and what you can see is that there is a new icon called Playground, and this is actually everything the test plugin ships with. The Winter test plugin is something special for me because normally it's for testing purposes only. It's not something you would install on a real project. But I personally love to misuse it as my personal cheat sheet for plugin development because it has so many examples of how to implement things. That is just great. If you try to go through the documentation, sometimes it can be hard, but if you're using this test plugin as your cheat sheet, you are most likely to find something similar implemented here. Okay guys, that's it for now. As I said in my first video, but I want to do some more on Winter CMS in the near future. Until then, bye bye and happy coding.